Hi everyone, welcome to Life Well Loved. I'm Penny. I got tagged in a handbag tag and I love doing these. This one is from my sweet friend from the Netherlands. Her name is Lo and her channel is LoYayYay, and she is one of my best supporters of my channel. I'm a baby little YouTuber and she has watched and encouraged me along the way, and I just love her for that. Anyway, she tagged me on this video and I want to make sure that I get it straight, because the truth is that I did do the video already. I'm just now taping the intro and I put a little bit of a spin on it. So I need to make sure that I get her handbag tag correct for anyone else that gets tagged after this video, because I want to make sure that I honor the spirit behind the Halloween handbag tag that she put together. Anyway, so the spirit behind the tag is that you would select 5 different bags that are going to represent different Halloween vibes. And while I included a lot of handbag accessories, which is kind of what I do, I want to make sure that anyone else that gets tagged in this goes and watches her video, because she is the original creator of the tag, and I think it's important that we all kind of stay aligned yet put our spin on it, if you will. So the handbag tag categories are horror movie night, zombie chic, trick or treat energy, pumpkin patch cozy, and costume party glam. So make sure that your handbag selections fit these themes, and you can interpret that any way you want. You can certainly include things that are cute and flirty, or maybe moody and mysterious. I think that this is a bag tag that can go a lot of different ways, and I think that it's going to be really interesting to see how everyone interprets this. So yeah, I have my video ready to go. And if you're interested to see how I interpreted this bag tag, then stay tuned. Welcome to Zombie Chic. I have my Coach Turnlock Hadley here, very innocent and looking mighty chic, if I must say so. She's down in Mexico. She's minding her own business. She's not aware of anything that might be, concerning to her. She's just having a good time and living her best life. And then she meets this guy, and he seemed nice at first, but she's not too sure. He seems a little shady, if you know what I mean, but she's given him a fair chance. Of course, every good story from Mexico is always going to involve chickens, and so those are going to be represented here, and everything seems to be fine. She's actually in the library doing a couple of things, minding her own business. All of a sudden, shit goes down, the cops are called, and they come over and start collecting evidence, and she doesn't know what to make of all of this. Of course, there are witnesses, but everybody has a different story to tell. Nobody's on the same page. Nobody wants to be a witness to anything, especially down in Mexico. So everyone's got a different opinion on what happened. The stories actually get a little bit colorful and a little bit jumbled up. But at the end, thankfully, the only thing that happened was that a dead cat was found. And of course, every good Mexican story has to end with a dead cat. So this is Zombie Chic. Welcome to Cozy Pumpkin Patch. I will be using my chalk colorway Coach Hadley with the turn lock. And I found this little toiletry, which I think is really special. It says pumpkin spice is my favorite season, and Lord, isn't that the truth? I love everything pumpkin spice, and I'm really excited that fall is here. I have paired it with this one, and I think that just kind of speaks to the colors that are going on, and I thought it was a nice compliment. I'll be using my white Coach Nolita. We'll go ahead and put that right there in the center, as well as a Coach wristlet. And this is like a purplish blue color, purplish bluish gray. And I thought it actually matched this. This is an eyeglass holder with some pumpkins on it. And I think I'm gonna put that about right there. Let me slide these down because I really like that eyeglass holder. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I'm going to use this as my wallet. It's kind of a baby pink, and I think that it kind of matches the colors. So I'm going to put that about right there. I did pull out a kiss lock, and I think I could probably put that about right there. And the last thing I'm going to add to this design is this little cutie. I think it's supposed to be an orange, but today we're going to pretend that it's a pumpkin. And this is what's going to hold my, my ear pods. So just a little crocheted pumpkin. And I think I'm going to put that about right there. So yeah, that is Cozy Pumpkin Patch. Welcome to Costume Party Glam. I'm going to be using a Coach tote, and I've also added in a little bit more decor here just to kind of set the scene for a costume party. So the first bag I've chosen is this one. It's in this really pretty shimmery color. It's kind of like a cross between like a peach and a pink, and it's from a company called Cat and Moonshine. So that will be the first thing I want to add to the design. Next, I have this little cutie here, and it is purple monkeys. And I think that monkeys can be a little scary, and I think they can also be a little bit fun too. So I think they're kind of party ready, if you will. So I think that those are going to work out well in the design. Next, I pulled this one. It's not necessarily Halloween, but it did have some really pretty colors that I thought matched well, and it's kind of in that fall scent. So I'm going to put that right there. I have selected this little cutie as my eyeglass case, and it just says Happy Halloween. So that will go there. I think I do want to add a bag charm, so I went ahead and pulled this one, and it's got a little silver ribbon on it. And I thought I could probably add it, yeah, right there to that, just to add a little extra fabric and, you know, just a little something extra happening. So the last couple of things for this design is, look at this. This is so cute. This is a Betsey Johnson card case, and it has space here for your ID. There are a couple of card slots. It has this really interesting zipper pull. It has like a little skull with some diamond eyes, we'll call it. And so, you know, that just opens up there. There's some card slots there. And then on the front, which is really cute, is this picture frame, and it just says Betsey Johnson on the inside of it. And I thought that this was, oh, and of course it has the skull motif on the inside. I just thought that this was a really interesting design, so I'm going to put that about right there. I have this little case, and I thought that that was really pretty with the colors, so I'm going to put it over here. I have this little pouch, and it's just a cotton bag. When you open it up, there's couple of different card slots in there that you can use. You could use it for anything. I probably would use it for lipstick or something, but I'm going to go ahead and pop that in right there. Of course, I love my kiss locks, and so this is a yellow one. I could just, you know, put my AirPods in there. That's usually what I do. So I'm going to put this one, I guess, about right there. And just to finish it off, I'm going to add a rat. It's not really a rat. I think it's a mouse, but we're going to call it a rat. I'm going to put the rat right there because it's spooky, and when else can you add a rat to your handbag design? So that is Costume Party Glam. Welcome to Trick or Treat Energy, and for this one I have chosen my Coach City Tote in the dark signature colorway. I have selected two different toiletries that I thought would look nice. This one is the first one. It's a little on the spooky side because it's a little dark and it's kind of a blood red color. And then the second one I've chosen is this one. And it's an owl, a wise owl that only comes out at night. I thought that that was going to be a good way for us to kick off our trick-or-treat energy. Next, I want to bring in this little cutie. This is a sunglass case, and you can see that it's got some jack-o'-lanterns on it in, you know, kind of in a fun way. So I'm going to put that about right there. I did decide to go ahead and bring in my Coach wallet in the same signature print. So I'm going to put that there. I have a wristlet that is in that same kind of a color of blood red. I think that that'll be a nice addition right there. For my iPods, I decided to go with a little bit of a spooky haunted theme, and so this will be a cute little addition. I'll put that right there. And then I have one other thing I want to add. Okay, so for my trick-or-treat energy, I have a monster dressed like a human. They are going trick-or-treating. So this is the first little monster here. And then he has his little sister here, and she's all dolled up, also dressed like a human. And so I'm going to put those right there. And they're going to go trick-or-treating. And the last thing I'm going to add in is my rat because I want to make sure that I have good spooky theme going on here. So that is my trick-or-treat energy. Welcome to horror movie night. I have chosen my dark lime Coach Brooklyn 39 for this display. And I picked up this. I thought that this was really pretty. I have it attached to the loops that are already embedded on the 39, and this gives me a lot of colors to work with, so I thought that was going to be perfect. I'm going to kick it off with this bag. This one to me is kind of speaks to maybe Beetlejuice, which is not really a horror movie. It's more of, I think, a comedy, but it has some elements of horror in it. I also wanted to bring in this one. This is the chandeliers with the eyeballs from the Disney World Haunted Mansion, and that's actually my favorite ride when I go there, and I thought that this was going to be kind of nice. Put that there, keep it kind of playful. So adding in the element of horror is this one, Pick Your Poison is what it says, and I thought that was definitely appropriate for a horror night. Somebody always trying to get somebody, right? So I'm going to add in a little bit of humor with a dancing skeleton, and I'm going to put him about right there. I don't think you can do anything Halloween related without actually adding in orange. I think it's illegal. So I'm going to go ahead and add my pop of orange in right there. I also have this kiss lock, which is the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, and I thought that was really pretty. I like the colors of it, so I'm going to put that right there. I found this wallet, and I think it's almost like a perfect match to the Coach one. It's not a Coach wallet. This one is called Boss Tantin, and I just like the color of it, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that in over there. So while we were worried about the poisons over here, guess what? It was all about the poppies the whole time. So this one is going to go in right about there. Special thanks again to LoYayYay. She tagged me in the video and I had so much fun making it. I will tag a few other content creators, so make sure you check the description box below. And if you enjoyed this video, then give me a compliment via a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.